What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're here with a brand new video for you guys, and today we're going to be breaking down the latest Blue Jays injury reports and updates, because we all know the Toronto Blue Jays are popping off without these guys. But just imagine when they come back. We're going to talk about when that will be and how close they are to coming back and what they will provide to the team once they return. If you guys are excited for this one, make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. So this article from MLB.com by Keegan Madison, the GOAT, is all about the injury updates. The first person he has is Jimmy Garcia, who had a right shoulder impingement. His estimated return time is next week. That is really good for one of two reasons. One, people think that he might take over the closer role while Jeff Hoffman is trying to figure it out. Maybe Jeff Hoffman moves to the setup option for Jimmy Garcia, but Jeff Hoffman's got to figure it out. And Jimmy Garcia can be that guy to hold down the closer role because he's done it before, and he'll do it again once he comes back, hopefully. That's also what Keegan's saying here. He says Jeff Hoffman is posted at 8.5 ERA over 18 innings. Oh my goodness. So the other thing is that we have a lot of people in the bullpen, but we kind of have a bunch of fillers right now, like Paxton Schultz, Justin Brohl, Braden Fisher. Like, these guys are good. I don't think they're playoff relievers. See, like Jimmy Garcia, playoff relievers, right? The other guys are just there as fillers waiting for the other guys to come back. So once Jimmy Garcia comes back, he'll provide some much needed help to that bullpen. Now, Dalton Varsho, he was doing so good, and then he pulled his left hamstring running to third base on a potential triple, and then he's out again. So you hate to see it. But Keegan has his estimated return time as mid-July, potentially, with a question mark. So maybe not. But he says Varsho's timeline is cloudier after he felt some tightness running the bases, but it isn't expected to be a long-term issue. So that is good, because the Blue Jays, it's kind of like the bullpen for the Blue Jays. They just have a bunch of fillers in the outfield right now with Jonathan Clase, Nathan Lucas, Miles Straw. Once everyone comes back, it's going to be Dalton Varsho, Anthony Santander, and George Springer like it was at the start of the year. So that, with the way Varsho and George Springer are performing, that is a contending outfield. Hopefully Anthony Santander can find his groove again, and if so, this team will make it far and potentially win a wild card game, or even make it past the wild card for the first time in, like, I don't even know how long. All right, like I said, the next person we're talking about is Anthony Santander, who has left shoulder inflammation. Keegan has his estimated return time as a bunch of question marks. So that's not good, because we're just talking about how he's going to help the outfield. He's going to be wild till he's helping anything, I guess. I don't know. Anthony Santander has still not started to hit at the Blue Jays complex in Dunedin, Florida. Are we serious or not? This guy's been out. This guy was playing through an injury. I just want you to realize that. This guy's playing through an injury, and now he's out for a long period of time because he was playing through an injury, because our manager refused to put him on the IL. I just want you to realize that for a second. Anyone that thinks John Schneider's a good manager, don't even talk to me. Keegan says until he starts to hit, there won't be much of a timeline because, well, he hasn't started to do anything yet, so we don't know if he's getting good, if he still needs more time. He says it's possible this stretches closer to the trade deadline, but for now, Blue Jays have to plan on life without Santander in the lineup, which you hate to see, bro. Because coming into the season, you already know, we were hoping for that 44 home run season once more, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Kind of feel bad for Anthony Santander that he's struggling, and two, he had to play through that injury. The last guy that we're gonna talk about is Alek Manoah. Okay, Alek Manoah has not pitched in like 30 million years, it feels like, because he got Tommy John surgery, and before Tommy John surgery, he was a Cy Young. Okay, he didn't win the award, but he was, like, in his second year, I think it was, he was going crazy. Keegan has his return time set to August or September, so if he can pitch this season, at least, like, even if it's one inning, that is a massive W for the Toronto Blue Jays. Manoah just threw 25 pitches to live hitters, touching 95, which is actually insanely good. And he will throw 2 innings in his next session. This is encouraging, and while that August 1 date, everyone circled for a return. Oh, I don't think, there's no way it's gonna be that soon. It's June 29, almost July. I think that it's gonna take him more than a month, I'm gonna be honest, because if he's still just slightly going up the ladder with live live ABs. I think it's going to be more than a month. I'd say the absolute earliest for me is probably mid-August, and then I actually think he's gonna come back maybe mid-September to like even late September, right before the season ends. It says Manoah has still nailed this rehab process and set himself up to return in 2025. So like I said, as long as this guy gets some innings in 2025, I'd consider that a massive W, because we thought that Alek Manoah was not gonna pitch till next season. All right, if he can come back this season, that is insane. So everyone knows that the Blue Jays starting pitchers beside Barrios, Bassett, and Gosman need some help. The 4 and 5 spot needs some help, even though Erglauer and Max Scherzer are there. So if they go and trade for people at the deadline, that kind of leaves Manoah out. Maybe he comes back slowly as a long reliever, but he also talks about Hyun-Jin Ryu in here in 2023, where he returned down the stretch to help his team make the playoffs. But he says this is more about setting Manoah up for success in 26 and beyond. So basically, we don't want to rush anything. If he's not ready, we don't want to put him in just so he can help us make the playoffs. We want to set him up so he can help us next season. Because like we said, if they trade for someone at the trade deadline, then there's not going to be much need for him anyway. We don't want to rush him. We want to keep him healthy and ready for next season. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There wasn't a lot that I could find to talk about, so that's what we talked about. If you guys enjoyed this one and are excited for more content, make sure you like and subscribe. But other than that, it's been me, boy Brandon. I break down the Blue Jays. I'll see you next time. Peace.